How often do you lie to yourself? A provocative question, isn't it? Yet it's a question that many of us would struggle to answer honestly. You see, the labyrinth of the human mind is riddled with self-deception, a place where truth and illusion often dance a confusing waltz. We've all been there, suppressing, mistranslating and denying our true feelings and thoughts. It's as if we've become master illusionists, conjuring up facades to veil our genuine emotions. But why do we indulge in this intricate game of deception? Consider this. Have you ever found yourself uttering the words, "I'm happy with my job," while deep down a whirlwind of stress and unfulfillment rages on? This is a classic example of self-deception. We tell ourselves these lies, these half-truths, because the reality seems too harsh, too bitter to swallow. It's akin to walking through a forest at night with only a flashlight. The beam of light provides comfort, illuminating a safe path. But it also conceals the vast, unexplored wilderness lurking in the darkness. Similarly, our self-deception acts as this flashlight, providing temporary comfort but hiding the vast landscape of our true feelings. Many of us are afraid to venture into this darkness, to confront the raw, unfiltered truth. We fear what we might discover about ourselves, or how others might react. So we keep walking the illuminated path, convincing ourselves that it's the only way. Yet to truly embrace honesty, we must dare to step into the darkness. We must learn to navigate through the dense forest of our emotions, unaided by the deceptive light of self-denial. Only then can we learn to recognize our true feelings for what they are, not what we wish them to be. Let's take advice from renowned psychologist Carl Jung, who once said, "One does not become enlightened by imagining figures of light, but by making the darkness conscious." In other words, the key to authentic self-awareness lies in acknowledging our own illusions. The first step to honesty is recognizing the lies we tell ourselves. So, are you ready to step into the wilderness to unravel the illusion of honesty? Only then can we start the journey towards genuine self-understanding and true emotional honesty. What happens when we deny our true feelings, I hear you ask? Well, it's akin to attempting to hold a beach ball underwater. You might manage for a while, but eventually it's going to pop up, often at the most inconvenient time and with more force than you'd expect. Consider the anecdote from our previous scene. The individual who continued to deny their dissatisfaction at work was not just curbing their potential for happiness, but also increasing their stress levels. And stress, as we know, is a silent, insidious enemy that creeps into our lives, causing a myriad of health issues, from insomnia to heart disease. Now, let's not just take my word for it, let's hear from the experts. Renowned psychologist Dr. Joan Rosenberg, author of 90 Seconds to a Life You Love, states that the suppression of our true emotions can lead to both physical and mental health problems. Our bodies are designed to feel and express a full range of emotions, and when we deny this natural process, it's like we're going against the grain of our very existence. Think about it. Have you ever felt that tightening in your chest, that knot in your stomach when you've swallowed your words or buried your feelings? That's your body telling you something's not right. It's your body begging you to release those pent-up emotions. And it doesn't end with physical discomfort. Denying our true feelings can also lead to mental health issues. Anxiety, depression, low self-esteem, these are often the byproducts of emotional suppression. We start to lose touch with who we truly are, and that, my friends, is a dangerous place to be. So, what's the solution? It's simple but not easy. It's about allowing ourselves to feel, to acknowledge our emotions, and then expressing them honestly. It's about realizing that our feelings are valid and that it's okay to express them. Denial might offer temporary comfort, but it's a dangerous long-term strategy. So, let's start being honest with ourselves. Let's start living our truths. After all, we owe it to ourselves, don't we? How can we recognize our true feelings? A question that paves the way to self-discovery and honesty. It's like being an explorer in the vast wilderness of your psyche, where every emotion, every thought is a new species to be discovered and understood. Imagine for a moment a person named Sam. Sam, like many of us, kept his feelings locked away, hidden beneath layers of busy schedules and social norms. But then Sam decided to embark on a journey of self-discovery using two simple tools: a journal, and meditation. Every day he would sit in silence, allowing his thoughts to flow freely, and then document them in his journal. It was like he was having a conversation with himself, a dialogue that brought clarity and understanding. Now, this is not a fictional anecdote. It's a real-world practice advised by mindfulness experts around the world. Dr. Sarah Ramotsky, a renowned psychologist, once said, "Self-reflection is a mirror to your inner world. It allows you to see your thoughts and emotions as they are, not as you think they should be." But how does this work? How does writing in a journal or sitting in silence help us recognize our true feelings? Well, it's all about creating a space for honesty. When we sit with our thoughts without distractions, without judgment, we give ourselves permission to feel, to think, to be. We become the observers of our own minds, and in this observation we find truth. Suppression and denial are like foggy glasses blurring our vision of reality. But self-reflection, mindfulness, they are the cloth that wipes away the fog, revealing a clear, unobstructed view. It's not always comfortable, it's not always easy, but it's always real. And in this reality we find our true feelings. Remember, it's not about judging or analyzing these feelings. It's about acknowledging them, understanding them. It's about being honest with ourselves. When you start listening to yourself, you start understanding yourself. So let's give ourselves the gift of honesty, the gift of self-discovery. Let's embark on this journey together, because in the end, the truth always lies within. How can we express our true feelings without fear of judgment? This is a question that has haunted many of us who have grappled with the challenge of honesty. Imagine a person, let's call them Alex. Alex used to be known as a people pleaser. They were always careful not to upset anyone, always saying what they thought others wanted to hear. But over time, Alex started to feel a growing disconnect between their true feelings and the words they spoke. They decided to make a change, to embrace honesty in their relationships, and to practice assertiveness. The transformation wasn't easy. There were times when Alex's honesty was met with surprise, even resistance. But with each honest expression, they felt a weight lifting. They were no longer living in the shadow of others' expectations. They were living in the light of their own truth. But how did Alex gather the courage to be so open and assertive? The answer lies in understanding the importance of honest expression. This brings us to the advice of renowned communication expert Dr. James Pennebaker. He argues that suppressing our feelings and thoughts can lead to stress and even health problems. According to Pennebaker, the act of not discussing or confiding the event with another may be more damaging than the event itself. To put it in perspective, imagine a pressure cooker. Our suppressed feelings and thoughts are like the steam building up inside. If we don't find a way to release that pressure, it may eventually explode in a way we don't expect or want. In essence, expressing our feelings and thoughts honestly is not just about communication. It's about self-care. It's about allowing ourselves the space to be true to who we are without the fear of judgment or rejection. So let's take a cue from Alex. Let's strive to be honest in our expressions, be it our joy, our anger, our fears, or our dreams. Let's have the courage to honor our feelings and thoughts, to embrace them, and to express them confidently. Remember, honest expression is not about pleasing others, it's about respecting yourself. What happens when we start being honest with ourselves and others? The sweet taste of truth. As we peel back the layers of deceit, we unveil a world of authenticity, depth, and connection. Think back to the individuals in our previous scenes. Remember the man who denied his artistic passions, suppressing his creativity. By acknowledging his true desires, he's now flourishing as a successful artist, his work a testament to his unleashed authenticity. And the woman who was afraid to admit her feelings of loneliness? By confronting her truth, she found the courage to reach out, to build bridges, not walls. Today, she is surrounded by a community of friends who value her for who she truly is. Being honest with ourselves and others can sometimes feel like stepping into a storm, raw and bracing. But it's in this storm that we find our true strength, our resilience. It's where we learn to dance in the rain rather than just waiting for it to pass. Honesty is like sunlight, dispelling the shadows of self-deceit and illuminating our path forward. It's a balm for the soul, healing the wounds of denial and suppression. Isn't it curious how honesty, a simple virtue, can be so transformative? But it's not just about acknowledging our truths. It's about having the courage to express them, to live them. It's about not letting the fear of judgment cage our authenticity. It's about embracing the vulnerability that comes with honesty and seeing it not as a weakness but a strength. Every time we choose honesty, we choose growth. We choose connection. We choose authenticity. We choose freedom. The power of honesty lies not just in its ability to bring about change, but also in its capacity to inspire, to foster empathy, to build bridges of understanding. And so, my friends, as we draw the curtains on our exploration of honesty, remember this: honesty with oneself is not a destination, but a journey of self-discovery and growth.